So we're going to get started. For those of you who were here last time and got to enjoy John's show, you will remember that not once, but twice, he referred to Wareham and COA as like the pinnacle of his career. This was the, his dream come true to be here. So who are we to deny him a second shot at living the dream? So, and thank you for laughing. Such jokes are much better than mine. So, please have a warm welcome for Johnny Pizzi and enjoy the show.
Give it up for these wonderful gals, Melissa and this lovely gal. Give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen. Sherry? I'm Sherry. Sharon.
Like your town.
I'm not sure, so that's how I'm up. Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me back. This is fantastic. Twice in Wareham in my career. This is my last show. Retiring after this, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to start off by doing something that it's absolutely one of my favorite things. I did this at MIT. Well, I did a show for all the scientists and professors at MIT. And they like this here, the best. So I'd like to, my name is Johnny. Johnny? Yeah. Hi, Anita. Anita, I have a radio at 16 blocks in the morning. I'm going to put them all the time. Here's what I'd like to do, Paul. We're going to ask you to think of a number, but I want it to be a nice high number between 30 and 100, because the higher the number, the more impressive that this is going to be. For. So you have to make a good number, a nice high number in your head. Higher than what? 34 to 100. All right, 75? Did you just say 75? Yes. Thank you. I'm going to write that down. 75. Thank you very, very, very much. Give her a big round of applause. So this is where I put myself into a little bit of a trance. And I'm going to try to fill up these numbers, these squares as quick as I can, and go. And I'm almost done. And anybody counting? How many seconds would you think that was? 10. Oh, 10 seconds. It was either between 10 and 15 seconds. Then I fill up all these squares with numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to add them across, up and down, diagonally, full corners, see if they add up to a meter. 75. 55 and 11 is 66. 1 is 67 and 8? 75. 54 and 7 is 61 and 2 is 63 and 12? 57 and 3 is 60, 9, 69 and 6? 75, 56 and 4 is 60, and 10 is 70 and 5? Wow. Now we're going to go up and down, up like this. Here we go. 56 and 12 is 68, 1 is 69 and 6? 75. Let's see, 55 and 4 is 59 and 9 is 68 and 7? 75. 57 and 6 is 68, 2 is 70 and 5? 75. 54 and 8 is 62, and 10 is 72 and 3? 75. Here we go. 57 and 10 is 67. 1 is 68 and 7 is 75. 56 and 9 is 65. 8, 2 is 10. That's 75. 4 corners like bingo. 56 and 10 is 66. 1 is 67 and 8. 75. And now because it's one of the biggest days of my whole life right here in Wareham. I'm going to take it a step further for you guys. Look at this, the square right in the middle. Square in the middle, 57 and 9 is 66 and 2. 68 and 7, that's 75. The square right over here. 54 and 11 is 65. 82 is 10, that's 75. 55 and 12 is 67. 1 is 68 and 7 is 75. 56 and 9 is 65. 6 and 4 is 10, 75. I rest my case. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, really is great to be here. I travel all over. Just 3 weeks ago, I was at Mohegan Sun doing a night. I'm going to be going back there on July 13th. You're all invited on me. But I drive to Vegas. As a matter of fact, I'll be in Vegas the last week of July, performing at the LA Comedy Club. Melissa and Sharon going. They're already talking to Vegas. So I travel all over the country doing, and I've actually been in some plays. I've done TV work. I've done a little movie work. And people say to me, Johnny, you've been entertaining for nearly 4 years. What are you most proud of? And ladies and gentlemen, what I'm most proud of is going overseas to Sarajevo, Kosovo, and Bosnia to entertain our troops. Yeah. Right? Thank you. Do we have any veterans out there? Give our veterans a big round of applause. So guys, I'm going to tell you a true story. So when I went overseas to Sarajevo, Kosovo, Bosnia, I did 14 days. I did 7 bases in 14 days. Now, every time we went to a different base, the commanding officer of that base would call us into his headquarters, and he would present us with this beautiful citation. Now, me being the genius I am, said, I won't read it now. I'm going to wait till I get home and I can reminisce on what I've done, so I would sneak into my suitcase without reading it. Now, so for 14 days, my body clock was off by 10 hours. I was waking up every night, 2 o'clock in the morning, wide awake and starving, and I go, now I got to walk to the commissary to get myself a snack. And my snack for 14 days was Twinkies and chocolate milk. Right? So listen to this. So here I am in the middle of the night, walking the 2 miles to the commissary. Soldier, yeah, it was a long, I was on the way to the other side. The soldier's coming up, sees me, stops in his tracks, and he salutes me. I go, wow, salute me, thank you. And then I walk, 2 soldiers come by, they see me, they stop in their tracks, they salute me. I salute them back, I go, these kids are great, they're saluting me. I went in to the commissary, gave them my Twinkies and chocolate milk, I walk back, every time a soldier sees me, they stop, they salute me. This went on for 14 days. Finally, my last day, I was waiting for the transport plane to take me back to the States. I said, I'm going to read one of those citations. And it said, thank you, Johnny, for coming overseas for your country to entertain our troops. While you're on any base, you have an honorary rank as a lieutenant colonel. Right? So here's the thing. They all knew. I didn't know. I said, if I only read that citation the first day, I could have sent them over to get me my Twinkies and I've been looking at these Twinkies and chocolate milk as an order Lieutenant Colonel Pizzi here. So I'll tell you something today. I think we're all starting to get affected by the economy. I mean, we're all watching our pennies. I mean, I go into Starbucks. You can't even go into Starbucks without somebody sticking a cup in your face. Spare change, spare change. And, we all try to help. A whole bunch of change in this cup. He's happy. I'm happy. I come out of Dunkin' Donuts just the other day. Guy standing outside, cup in his hand. I go over to him. I said, hey, how you doing? I put some change in his cup. He says to me, what are you, a jerk? I said, excuse me, that was my last bit of change. He says, look in the cup. I look in the cup. He's got coffee in the cup. Now we're going to buy him another coffee. Of course, now he wants to go to Starbucks. It costs me now $22 for a caramel cafe macchiato. But it's amazing how people are now thinking of different ways to get money out of you. By applause, how many of you have noticed people at red lights with a little sign trying to get right. Have you seen this? Yeah. So the other day, I'm literally 2 blocks from my house. I come up to the red light, and sure enough, there's a guy at the red light with a spray bottle in one hand, washcloth in the other, with a little sign that says, "Wash your windows, $1." I said, oh no, the light turns red. I stop. He's going over to the cars. Finally gets to my car. He leans in. "Wash your windows, $1." I said, good, get in. I took him to my house. I said, I don't know if any of you have seen this. Has anybody gone to see the new Titanic exhibit at Park Square in Boston? If you haven't seen it, it is absolutely amazing. They have the whole staircase that was on the ship, that beautiful, all built up. And when you go through this, you realize the Titanic was at the bottom of the ocean for 73 years, 2.5 miles down. Nobody would ever find it until this one man, Dr. Robert Ballard, found the Titanic 2.5 miles down. They said it was like finding a needle in a haystack. He also went on to find the Bismarck, which was the largest destroyer in World War II, a German ship. And he also found a submarine from the Civil War called the Monitor. People said these things would never be found, but I guarantee you, when Dr. Robert Ballard is home, watching TV, sitting on his chair going, "Where's my remote? Has anybody seen my remote? I found the Titanic. I can't find my remote." Just like any other guy, right? So when I was so check this out. First time at 30 years, I'm not a big gambler, but I like to play a little video poker when I'm working at casinos. 3 weeks ago, at the Mohegan, I finally hit my first Royal Straight Flush. $5 on it. I was jumping up and down. People coming over, high-fiving me, hugging me, congratulating me. First time ever. And then the pit boss comes over, and they all have attitudes. Pit boss comes over to my machine. Ace of hearts, king of hearts, queen of spades, jack of hearts, 10 of hearts. He says, "You don't have a Royal Straight Flush." I said, "Yes, I do." He says, "You have a queen of spades." I said, "Yeah." Well, she identifies as the queen of hearts. No longer welcome at the inside. You know, when you get on the elevators at the Mohegan Sun, they have little television screens, and it shows you upcoming events. So I get on, and Rod Stewart's picture come up, okay? And some kid goes, "He's still alive?" And then the next to the table, another thing was, are you ready for this one? Was Frankie Valli. It said November. I said, Frankie Valli is 92 years old. You don't book a 92-year-old guy 8 months in advance. You book him the next day. Get him in here right now. Who knows what it's going to be in a week or so, right? So, you know, it's nice to be able to come up here and talk a little bit about myself and tell you that I'm trying to better myself, to straighten my life out. I have something maybe some of you might be able to relate to it. But I go to meetings every day. Sometimes I go to 2 or 3 meetings a day, 7 days a week. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a pen stealer. Are there any pen stealers in the room? I love you, see if you can relate. I can't even help myself. I see a pen, I can't even help myself. I was a mailman for 40 years. Every time I deliver to a secretary, she turned around. 2 true stories, ladies and gentlemen. 2 true stories. I was at Disney World, and I bought something. The woman behind the counter was nice enough to let me use her pen. She hands me her pen. It's a solid gold Swarovski crystal pen. It's like a $500 pen. And I'm looking at it going, oh my God, Mickey was all gold at the top. I'm like, this is a $500 pen. And then she walked away and somebody else said, boom. Second true story. A friend of mine's father passed away. I go to the wake. I walk in, I go to the guest book, sign my name on the guest book, and then I look at the pen. This pen writes so smooth and so nice, and there's nobody around, and I just put it in my pocket, and I get in line, I pay my respect. No sooner do I get in line, the funeral director come out, hold to the pen! I just put this, and he's screaming, and he's hollering at the top of his lungs, screaming and flipping, and I'm like, oh my God, he's flipping all over the pen. And then I realized my name is the last name of the guest list. It's not going to take Sherlock Holmes to figure out this came up. So now I'm in line going, oh my God, what do I do? Do I just mess up? Do I just tell them I did it? Just be honest. Tell them I took the pen and then tell them I'm a Democrat and they'll let me go. So here's what I did. I get it. I went up to the coffin and I reached in and I went, I found the pen! Here it is! Look at, I knew it was in here. He's got magnet stickers all over the place. You can't trust these magnet people. See what I did, folks? I went left and I went right. I took care of everybody. One joke. See, that's the political thing I do. And I took care of everybody. So anyway, 2 weeks later, listen to this. 2 weeks later, I get a summons to appear in court. The funeral director pressed charges against me, taking the pen. Like, are you kidding me? So I go up in front of the judge, and the judge is looking at it going, he's like, are you kidding me? He pressed charges over this? This is unbelievable. I'm going to dismiss this case. And he goes, where's my pen? I said, Your Honor, I didn't use mine. He goes, hey, that's my pen. Now I'm on probation. I got an ankle bracelet on. We have to all admit, it's a crazy world we live in, isn't it? I mean, it's sometimes when you think about it, did you ever think you'd ever live to see the day when it would be easier to buy a shotgun at Walmart than it is to buy razor blades at CVS? Right? I go into Walmart, I like to try that shotgun. Yeah, let me try it. I'll take it. I walk into CVS, excuse me, I like to buy those Fusion razor blades. Manager, pull up please. And then they take them over, they got the razor blades locked up in that big fiberglass case, 8 inches thick, 9 locks with a guard going back and forth like this. Crazy world we live in today, ladies and gentlemen. Think about this. That's when we are not here.
That's my son. I'll call you later, Bob.
Sure. That was his son. Oh, yeah. It was a booty call. So like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, this is how crazy the world is. A couple of months ago, I bought a beautiful pair of jeans at Marshall's. I paid $20. Kind of like the ones that you have on sale. Just beautiful jeans. I love them. I wore them every single day for a month. Every day. 30 days, I wore them every day. I love them so much. At the end of 30 days, I looked at these jeans. They had holes in them. They were stained. They were ripped. I sold them on eBay for $450. See how crazy the world is? Selling ripped jeans. Now, see, when we were younger, we didn't have jeans. We had dungarees. Remember the dungarees? Remember the dungarees? You put them on, you couldn't bend at the knees for 60 bucks. How you doing? Got my new jeans on. Try to play football. Throw me the ball! Throw me the ball! Those were the days. Oh my God. So here's another thing that I look at, I think of these things. You know what I knew when the world was going crazy? When we started paying for air. Yeah, right? Think about that. Remember years ago, you needed air in your tires, you pull into the gas station. Where's the air pump? Right over there. Now, you pull in. Where's the air pump? It's over there. You got 4 quarters? Oh, no. I need 4 quarters. Sir, you have 4 quarters? No, we don't have 4 quarters here. Now something in the store, to get the quarters, to drive back to the pump, you put the quarters in, now you get 2 minutes. Right, 2 minutes to unravel the hose. That takes a good minute and a half. Now, right? You know, then you unravel the hose, then you turn to take the cap off, then you put now you just finished one tire, and then all of a sudden, you need more money. You gotta go back to the store, you gotta buy something else, you gotta drive back. Paying for air. So know what I did now? I just go. $22 with the air, just that, okay? Unbelievable. Here's the thing. When we were younger, games we used to have, we had great games when we were younger. Hide and seek. Yeah, you didn't see kids playing that. Hide and seek. I don't know, like buck. 1, 2, 3, red light. Yeah, we had nice games. And then, okay, then, you know, now then dark leagues come out, little dark leagues, all right? And then big game now is cornhole. Yeah. Cornhole, that's big. I think we had that on ESPN on TV. I'm like, they had a world championships of cornhole on ESPN. I'm like, are you kidding me? And you see these guys are so serious. Weighing the ball. What do they call those things? But then they go like this and swish right through the hole. Now you all know cornhole, right? You got a big board, you put a hole in, put a 30 feet away. But they're doing this, it just goes right on. I'm like, oh my God, these guys are unbelievable. Now, here's a game that's actually taken it by storm. It started in New Hampshire. Now, every single pub is now picking up. Does anybody know the new game? Thank you. Who said it? Axe throwing. Thank you very much. Did you hear that, folks? That's the new rage. Axe throwing. So let me get this straight. You go into your favorite pub, you have 2, 5, 10, maybe 15 drinks, and then they hand you a murder weapon. What can possibly go wrong? The guys are taking your ex-wives. Let's go to close the next. See you right over there. What's next? Grenade hurling? All right, look, we're going to pull the pin, let me get behind the wall, and then count to 100, okay? The world is going, what are they going to do? They're going to bring back lawn darts, throw the lawn darts, people would sharpen them up. Slip and slide. You know, people didn't need that extra skin when they'd slide right off the concrete. Oh my God. You ever get a cramp in the middle of the night? Is that one of the worst pains? You're sound asleep, and the cramp is going to wake you up. You wake up and go, oh gee, what time's and your legs stiffens up, and your toes, they curl up. And you start doing things you're ready to beat his dice. You squeeze your cheek, pinch your lip, walk in your tippy toe. No, I'm in pain. And you want to scream. You want to scream so bad, but you can't scream because you don't want to wake up your wife 2 rooms away. I tell these young kids, they have a couple of days, the first 7 years are beautiful. You go to bed naked, beautiful. 7 years, one day, she got her room down the corner, you get yours. You get up, look at it, get up in the middle of the night, you walk by each other, I hate you. This crazy world. Now, did you know that now when people pass away and they get cremated, people are sending their ashes to a place in Arizona. It's called Gemstone. Did you hear about this? They put the ashes in a pressurized machine. Yeah, okay? And they make it like stones, like colored stones. And people are putting them in rings. Yeah, and then you walk down the street, somebody goes, oh, I like your ring. I go, thank you, Nana. But I gotta tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, stay healthy, go for the checkup, stay on it. And I know a lot of us will get to that certain age, they start checking parts of our body we're uncomfortable with. You guys, you know what I'm talking about. I had to go for the checkup. The minute I got there, the doctor stopped putting on that one glove. And I knew he was going to do this because when I got to the doctor's office, he had wine and candles and cheese. When it comes to being sick, who's tougher, men or women? Thank you, ladies. Women are much tougher than men when it comes to being sick. I've watched you women when you're sick, no matter how sick you get, arthritis, bursitis, major surgery. You women get up every single day, ladies, and do the things you do, because if you don't do it, who does it? Doesn't get done. You get sick on Monday. One dish in the sink. Friday, 246 dishes in the sink. And everybody becomes helpless. Mommy, get better. We miss you. You women gotta get up, eat this stuff, gotta get the kids off to school. Here you go, kids, here's your lunch, mommy loves you. You gotta get the husband off to work. Here you go, honey, here's your lunch, I love you. Drop dead. You ever notice when a guy gets sick, when a guy's had something really severe, like a cold? Oh my God. Honey, call me in sick, it could be 8 or 10 weeks, it's a cold. Help me over to the couch. Okay, good. All right, now where's my remote? Oh, I can't find. Call up Dr. Robert Ballard. I can't find my remote. He found the Titanic. See that little callback? Yeah. See how I call that right now? And you ever notice guys when you are sick, women will never give guys sympathy when they're sick. When is a guy going to call for sympathy when he's sick? Mommy. The minute we sneeze, we're on the phone in a closet. Hello, Mom. Mommy, today. Mommy, guess what? I don't feel good. Mommy, I'm dying. It's cold. I know I should have worn my hat. I know. And guess what, Mommy? The witch won't do anything. Maybe the mother knows. I knew you should have married her. Never liked her. From the beginning, never liked her. So I'm fighting a battle. I can share with you. Fight a battle. 10 years. Fight a battle. I'm losing. But as I look around, a few other guys in there. Same battle. White belly. Oh yeah. And you know, I asked for help. I asked people, look, I got the pot. What do I have to do to get rid of the pot belly? And it's been the same answer. For 50 years. Diet and exercise. Diet now, ladies and gentlemen, maybe you haven't noticed, I'm Italian. The word diet and Italian do not go together. Because we are a race that revolves around cheese. Everything an Italian eats has to do with cheese. Think about what I just said, ladies and gentlemen. I go to my daughter's house for Easter. Greet you at the door, cheese and crackers. Oh, and then they have a beer and 20 cheese and crackers. Then they come up with celery and cream cheese. Oh, I hate cream cheese. Put it on celery, can't get enough. Cheese, everything is cheese. And then they come up with the Yankee pasta. And it's beautiful. And it's covered in all kinds of cheeses. Gorgonzola cheese. Now comes the main course. What do we have? Lasagna, raviolis, rigatoni, stuffed shells, more cheese. And just when you thought you couldn't even look at another piece of cheese, it's time for dessert. What do we have? Cheesecake! Cheesecake! Ladies and gentlemen, for a week after Easter, I was so wound up. I could not go. I even had a coach go, come on, Johnny, push. Push! Push! I couldn't do it. I don't think you push! On the 7th day, I happened to announce I gave birth to a 6-pound girl alone. So 10 years ago, I joined Planet Unfitness. And in 10 years, I have gone to Planet Unfitness 3 times. Do you know why? It's only $10. You don't care. You don't listen. They take it right out of your check. And I even get ready. I put the little gym shorts on, a little tank top, I'm in the mirror going. What the heck, but it's only $10. What if it was LA Fitness, $365? Yeah, I'm gonna tread on the 2 in the morning when I'm getting my money's worth. I don't care. Oh my God. So, here's something, ladies and gentlemen. I was thinking about this. I think it's genius. Now, I love saving money. I love coupons. I love discounts. Anybody with me on this? Discounts. I love it. I love the dollar store. Anybody hit dollar store people? Great.
Get a lot of pants here.
Huh?
Get a lot of pants here.
I'll tell the jokes, okay?
That was a bad man too.
So anyway, I'm trying to not say that. I love the dollar store. Do you know this, ladies and gentlemen, at the dollar store, they sell, are you ready for this, pregnancy test? They sell pregnancy tests at the dollar store. Now, they're 5 years expired. People don't care. People are like, well, you know, I may be 75, maybe 80, I don't know, but it's a good deal. And you're saying to yourself, who in God's name would ever buy a pregnancy test at the dollar store? You know who would buy it, ladies and gentlemen? The same person that bought condoms at the dollar store. But here's what I think is genius. Here's what I think is genius. Why? Places we need coupons. Places we need them. Why don't hospitals have discounts and coupons? Think about what I just said. Mass General Hospital, Mondays and Tuesdays, bypass, 30% off. You get a chest pain on Friday, I gotta wait till Monday. You got panels, get closer, you don't wait till Monday. Wednesdays and Thursdays, all hip and knee replacement parts used. It'd be like picking out a used car. They take it to a room, and there are knees and hips hanging everywhere. And you walk in. Wow. Look at these knees, one owner. Look at these hips, like new, clean. And of course, my favorite weekend special. Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Boob jobs, buy one, get one free. I love that joke. I'm sorry, I had to tell you. So the other day, listen to this, the other day my doorbell rings, right? And so I go to the door, and it's one of my friends. And he takes one look at me, he goes, oh my God, Johnny, you're sweating profusely, you're out of breath, you can barely breathe, you must have been working out. What were you doing? I said, what was I doing? I was clipping my toenails, that's what I was doing. Now that's a workout, come on, that is a workout. You got 10 toes, 9 perfect, then you got that one toenail going down and around. You got a contorted body like one of the Lowenders. You know, there's a cover, spot in your face. And now I want to tell you about my life-changing experience. Changed my life. So, for Christmas, my daughter got me a gift certificate for a pedicure. Of course not, you're a man. Of course not. All the women here know what I'm talking about. Oh, you never wanted us to know about pedicures for 150 years. We're going to the mall. No, you're not. You're going for a pedicure. You just didn't want us to know about it. It's life-changing. So I didn't know what to expect. So I walk in, it's like, you know, Dorothy going to Oz. La, 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 la. And I walk in, and this little Asian woman, cute, she was like 4'8". Never said a word, she just went. And she takes me to a room, and there are women, all these women in chairs with their legs out going home. I go, what's this, a maternity ward? And then she takes me over to a chair. She takes me over to a chair, and she takes my shoes and socks off. Puts my feet in this water. It was the most perfect water. Not too hot, not too cold. It was water from Lord's. Perfect. And then she flipped the switch and I was in the chair like that. Wow. A vibrating seat, oh my God. And she looked at me. So now, she takes one of my feet out and she pats it dry. When was the last time your wife had your feet dry? Patted my feet dry, so gentle. And then she put cream and lotion on her hands. And then she knelt down in front of me. And she took my foot and she put it a half inch from her nose. And she started rubbing my feet. I think my foot is having sex right now. Now I know why Robert Kraft comes here. And then she took the other one out, patted it dry, and then she cleaned up her hands, and she did the same thing with the other one. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. But I'm going to smoke a pack right there. Oh my God. How did I not know about pack doors? But saying myself, I can only imagine what the happy ending is, okay? So here's what she did. So then, she took my foot up, she started massaging and massaging. Every little toe, she's massaging. And then she got a cheese grater. I'm Italian, I don't need that. I don't need any more cheese. And then she clipped my toenails. Oh. And then she painted my toes. Clear. She could have painted the rainbow at this point. I don't care. She put these separators in between my toes, and I'm looking going, oh my God, I'm so sorry, little Pizzi. It's the first time they've been separated since birth. And then she put me in heaters. She put me in these heaters, and I just said to her, you know, we'll get some. Every once in a while, she'd walk by and go, Now, here's the part. And all you women know what I'm talking about. You guys, see, you've been at this. So, everything, I put my shoes and socks. That first walk, after the pedal, that first walk, it's like walking on clouds. So I had to go over to pay her, and it was like this. I got to the desk. Good chin, I just threw money down on the table. And she said, when did I come back? I said, tomorrow. So guys, get a pedicure, get a pedicure, get a pedicure. It's the greatest thing. It'll change your life. How you doing, sir? What's your name? Teddy. What is it? Teddy. Teddy, how you doing? Now, is this your wife or is this a business trip? Teddy, how long have you been married? 25? Well, 25, that's 25. Wonderful. Anybody here longer than 25? How many here? 55. Well, where's the hubby? Oh. Here we go. We got something right here. How many years? 37. 37, so is that, how many?
60.
Give them a big round. What is your name? What is your name?
Sandy.
Danny?
Sandy.
Sandy. Sandy and?
Pete.
Sandy and Pete. 60 years. Wow. Just the other night, Sandy said to Pete, Pete, let's go upstairs and make love. He said, pick one, I can't do both. The other day, Sandy and Pete were walking hand in hand for their afternoon walk, and they came to a wishing well. So Pete went over to the wishing well, he kneeled down, he leaned over, and he threw some change in the wishing well, and he made a wish. He stepped back, and then Sandy stepped up, and she went up to the wish well, but she leaned over too far, and she fell in. And Pete goes, oh my God, it works. Favorite jokes. This couple, married 60 years, they were having this big party for them. And the husband and wife were at the head table, and all of a sudden, the husband starts crying his eyes out. And the wife goes, honey, that's so nice. After all these years, you're still showing emotion and everything. He goes, that's not why I'm crying. She goes, well, why are you crying? He goes, well, you remember 61 years ago, when your father caught us naked in the barn in the hay, lying there, and he came in, and he pointed a shotgun at me, and he said, you either marry my daughter, or you're going to prison for 60 years. He said, I was just thinking, today I would have been a free man. So, the Italian American Club, we were honoring Tony, 60 years of marriage, and they had a big party, and the MC gets up, give it a big round of applause to Tony, 60 years of marriage, and everybody's like, yay! So the MC says, so Tony, tell us, what did you do for your honeymoon? He goes, oh, well, for my honeymoon, I took my wife to the old country. I took her to Italy. And everybody went, oh my, that's great, Tony, that's wonderful. What are you going to do for your 60s? He says, I'm going to go get it. All right, now let's see. Would you like to come home with a trip? Sure. Give him a big round. And what is your name, my dear? Susan. Stand over here, Susan. Everybody give Susan a big round. Okay, Susan, now this is the trick. Now, so when I knew I was coming here, called up my friend in Vegas, David Carpenter. I said, David, I'm going to be doing this big show in Wareham. And David Carpenter said, how do you get these shows? You think you could get me in? I said, you need to call Melissa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's what's going to happen. Sam, what's your name? Susan. Susan. I just want to see if you remember. Now, Susan's going to pick a card. She's going to sign her name. I'm going to fold it up. She's going to hold it in her hand because I'm going to do the same thing. And then after I do it, we'll take it from there. But I want to show you first, Susan. Marker right here. I want to show you all different cards. Take a look. Now, normally, ladies and gentlemen, when magicians do magic, they normally go like this here, pick a card. And of course, I can make them pick any card I want, right? But if I turn it over and say, Susan, you can pick any card you want. Isn't that good?
Yeah.
Okay. The trick. No, but Susan, take any card you want. This is your choice. Which one? You sure you want the 9 of clubs? All right. I want you right on the face of the card. Nice signature. And again, ladies and gentlemen, she's doing a fantastic job. Okay, let me see the card. I want to show everyone. Okay. See Susan's card? See Susan's got? All right, we can put that down for a second. Now, all right, so Susan signed the 9 of clubs. Her signature is right there, sir. Okay, 9 of clubs. Now, I'm gonna fold it up just like this, Susan. Here's your card, 9 of clubs, just like this. I'm gonna go boom and boom. Now, just hold on to this for a second. Just put your hand over it. Perfect, because I don't want anything or anybody to get at that. Okay? So now, I'm gonna pick a 9 of diamonds. Okay? And I'm gonna sign my name. Susan, I'm gonna sign my name to the 9 of diamonds. I'm gonna say Johnny Pizzi. 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 Easy peasy. I used to have a license plate. Easy peasy. Never held. So anyway. Okay, here we go. All right, put the cards down. Now you're going to stand right here. Right there, perfect. Take your card, clip it in there like that. Go like that. Perfect. Now do what I do. Face the crowd. Show everybody your signature.
Oh, my word.
I got a great card. Give a big round of applause, everybody. All right, let's see.
That was good.
Was that good? Wasn't that good? All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a trick that people say to me all the time. They go, how do you do that? Oh, I thought somebody was shooting at me. So I'm just going to show you. What's your name? Steve. Take a look. All different cards, Steve. All right, now, Steve, stand up. Now, Steve, this is. I just want to show everybody regular type of cards, all different. All different, right, Steve? Okay. You get phone call. See, again, all different cards. Now, what I'm going to do is, here's what all I want you to do is this. As I go through the cards, and you can't pick the top, and you can't pick the bottom, I'm going to go like this. Just take your index finger and put your finger on any card and hold it there. Okay, get your index finger ready. Okay, as I go through the cards, just put it on any card. Right there, good. Now look at me. You want to change your mind, or do you want that card? All right, good. Here we go. Take a look at your card. All right, you see it? You see the card you picked? You see, I'm even going to show the camera right there, Melissa taking pictures. Okay, so he picked, let me take a look. The 2 of diamonds. Now you had your free choice, right? I even said you want to change your mind, correct? Look, and all different cards. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a prediction right here. Would you be amazed if this was the 2 of diamonds?
Yeah.
I'd be amazed too. Whoa. So, Sandy and Pete. Now, Pete, I'm going to tell you something, Pete. Pete, take the Viagra. Take that Viagra. Don't be like me, Pete. I was so afraid when it first came up, because I used to say, how does this little blue pill know exactly what part of my body to activate? I was always afraid I would take it and go, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. They give it the Viagra of the nursing home so the old guys keeps them from rolling off the bed. I'd like to tell you a little bit about a very special woman in my life. My mom, she was an amazing woman, a brilliant woman. My mother was on Jeopardy. Yeah, she was on Jeopardy with Art Fleming. But it was so cool because she got the big question and nobody else did. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to tell, now don't yell it out. If you know the answer, just raise your hand. Because 96% of my audiences don't know the answer to this question, and it's amazing. So don't yell it out. So the final Jeopardy question was, where does the word news come from? Where does the word news come from? If you know, okay, we got one woman, we got two, and anybody else, we got three, possibly, you're a little unsure of yourself. Okay, you got, okay, anybody else? All right, so there's, I don't know, there's about 60 people in here, roughly, and we have 3 people. All right, stand up, in a nice loud voice, stand up. Nice loud voice, where does the word news come from?
North, east, west, south.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. See, now you all learned something here, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know. Yeah, I had a newscaster come to one of my shows. After the show, during the show, I said, "Do you know where the word news comes from?" He said, "Oh my God, I don't know. I'm so embarrassed." He's a newscaster. We see this word every day. Newspaper. So anyway, but my mom, she was a typical mom. My mom used to wear that. Are you ready for this, ladies? She used to wear the house coat that's been passed down through the generations. You know the house coat I'm talking about. What do you call the ladies? A duster? Yeah, a duster. And my mother had them in all different colors. White for weddings, black for weddings, powder blue for every day. And she had, my mother's duster was a little low cut in the front. And she put anything of value right down her. She called it her punch. Right down here. Anything of value. And it was safe. Nobody can get at it. Nobody can get at it. One time I said, "Hey, Mom, can you lend me $10? She's like, "Jeez." One time I couldn't find my watch. I'm like, "Mom, do you know what my watch is? The Movado? I can't find it." One time we were walking, it started to rain. She pulled out an umbrella. I don't know. And my mother had her quirky little things. Her big thing was hat. She loved the hats. She loved you. She'd always say, "Where's your hat?" "Yeah, you." Talking to me. "Yeah, you. Where's your hat?" She had a hat in there. You're going to get sick. You're going to get a cold. And she's not wearing a hat. Every morning when I was at the post office, I'd walk by my mother's house, 5 in the morning. She'd stand in the little porch yelling, "Where's your hat? Hey, yeah, you stupid. Where's your hat? You're going to get sick here." My mother's thinking I could be in a fiery car crash, car could burst a plane, but Johnny Pizzi escapes unscathed because he's wearing a hat. My mother would say things like, "Shut that mouth. Shut that mouth. I'll smash that. I'll smash that face of yours." That was a good thing. Or another thing my mother did was never had too much to say until she had a mouthful of food. Now she wants to talk. Food would fly out of her mouth like little missiles. And it's like, I have to hold my plate and go, "No, you're going to knock me out." So, true story. So, every Sunday I take my mother for her Sunday ride. I get to the house, knock on the door, and a couple minutes, and my mother would come. She'd stand on the threshold with her little pocketbook and her little pill box. And she'd stand there. I go, "Ma, what's the matter?" "Ma, what is the matter?" And she'd say, "Do you think I should pee?" "Huh? You think I should pee?" "I know when I get in that car, I'm going to have to pee. You know why, Johnny? Because I'm taking the fluid pill. I'm taking the laces. You see my ankles? They're swollen because I need to pee." I go, "Ma, please do me a favor, go pee." And she'd run off, and she'd come back 10 minutes later. "Oh, thank God. I'm so glad I peed. See my ankles? See how nice it looks? Because I'm taking the fluid pill." That was a good thing. And then the minute we get in the car, she'd start, "Oh, what's up? Oh my God, look up! What's up?" I said, "Ma, wait till I start the car up. That's not." She'd get me so nervous I'd start speeding around. And of course, I get pulled over by the cops. Cop comes over the car, and you know the cops go over the car. He leans into me, looks me in the eye, and says, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" I said, "You knew my mother had to pee?" the best stories, right? So my mother said to me one day, she goes, you know what I like playing? What is it? I'll lose it. She goes, I like a recliner. True story. So I go, you really want a recliner? Oh, I love a recliner. It's in August, Father's Day of the year. I go, okay, go get your recliner. I call up my son. We go to Bob's Discount. We buy a nice recliner. We tie it to the top of the car. We'll drive across Boston. We carry it up 2 flights of stairs. I put it in my mother's living room. And I go like this, Ma, come here. And I recline. And she's like this. In front of the TV. I go, Ma, how's that? She goes, oh my God, Johnny, this is so good. Thank you so much. I go, you happy, Ma? Oh, I couldn't be any happier. Thank you so much, Johnny. Are you okay, Ma? I'm good. Thank you, Johnny. And I leave. 11 o'clock that night, I get a call from the fire department. Yeah, Johnny, you better come to East Boston, man. What's up? Just come to East Boston. I fly to East Boston. As I get to my mother's house, there's fighting coming out. What's going on? Talk to your mother. I go upstairs. True story. I go upstairs. I go, Ma, what's going on? Get that thing out of the sun. Get that thing out. Get it out. I go, Ma, what is the matter? Why don't you like it? Why don't I like it? I was stuck in that thing for 10 hours. And I had to pee. Get that thing, I go, Ma, so I move the recliner. And I get a little wooden hand like this. And I go, Ma, look. See, Ma, see, look, see? She goes, oh my God, I thought that was a shift. You can't make this stuff up. Are we having a good time? My mom. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my dad. Now, my father, when I was born, was 51. My mother was 25. Wow. Certainly not a marriage made in heaven. Trust me. My father was an entertainer. At one point, he was an opera singer. Yeah, and that was way before I was born. He had 4 wives. And so my mother was. So later on, when they met, he played the piano in like a lounge. My mom was a waitress, and that's how they met, when the place closes, everybody sits around, has a couple of drinks, but that's. And my father had a car with a big back seat. So, hey, if you had a Volkswagen, I wouldn't be here, okay? So as a kid growing up, I was an only child. And I was blamed for everything. Blamed for everything. My mother would be washing dishes 2 rooms away. She'd drop a dish. See what you made me do with truffle? You have to eat. Nah, you just have to eat. My father would bang something with a hammer, bang his face. See what you made me do with truffle? You wanted this clubhouse. And then one day I said to my dad, I said, Dad, you and Mom always fight. Always happy. Why did you two get married? And he looked at me and he said, because of you. So yeah, I'll take it from you. If I go 5 minutes over, will that be okay?
Yeah.
Will that be okay? These stories, the true stories of prices. So I'm going to tell you a true story. 1965, we got our first color TV. Okay, it was a big deal. Nobody, we were like maybe the second and third family in East Boston to get a color TV. And we got the color TVs the way we got everything hot. We had a guy in East Boston. His name was Hot Gus. Hot Gus would drive around in a car with all the hot things in it. Never arrested because the police bought this stuff from Hot Gus. And on the door of his car it said, Hot Gus! So true story, so we get this color TV. As a matter of fact, my father bought these medals from Hot Gus. And they were hot. Hey, can you believe it? So we get the color TV, so my mother is Irish, my father's Italian. So my father says, Barbara, invite your family over, come to see the color TV, and I'll cook my big stuff, waffles, and blah, blah, blah. So my mother invites all her 5 sisters over with her kids. there's like 27 of us, so at 5:30, we all get in the living room, because there was only 2 programs on in color those days, Bozo and Hazel. So at 5:30, Bozo's on, so we all get into the living room. So I was, I don't know, I was maybe 8 or 9 years old at the time, so we all get in. So now, we go over, and I'm trying to adjust, the color, remember before cable, right? And I'm trying to adjust. I get the rabbits, I'm doing this with the rabbits. Sometimes my father would wrap me in tin foil. Yeah, this is a good picture, huh? So anyway, so as I'm trying to adjust the TV goes on and off, the lights blink, and my father becomes a dad. Hey, what are you doing on my color TV? Everything you touch, you break. I go, Dad, I'm just trying to get Bozo's nose red over here. Everything you touch, you break. So now I go back over to the TV. I start trying to adjust it. The TV goes off. The lights. My father now flips on. Oh, what did you do to my color TV? Everything you touch, you break. Boom, he sent me in. I go, Dad, I'm just trying to get Bozo. So now all the guys with candles, because it was like November, they had been out to the basement. Remember the fuses? Yeah. And there was fuse after fuse after fuse. And every time a fuse didn't work, my father would go, everything you touch, you bring right down. People from the second floor, people from the third floor, hey, what's going on? Nothing's going on in our house. No. So my father goes, blame him upstairs. Everything he touches, he breaks. So they tried 28 fuses, nothing works. So my father yells, Wayo, which means boy in Italian. Wayo, go across the street to gallows, 5 more fuses. So ladies and gentlemen, I go outside. I look around, it's pitch black. We're in the middle of the biggest blackout this country has ever seen, from Maine to Florida, November 8th, 1965. Big black, so I'm looking at it, oh my God, and I yell, Dad, come upstairs, come upstairs. And my father comes running up, and he looks around, and he goes, what did you do? Everything you touch, you break. He blamed me for the biggest blackout, and he never forgot it, till the day he died. 2 years later, they never forget. 2 years later, my father said in the wing of medical, not doing well. He's being actually kept alive by machines for this. His head was sharp as a tack. Oh my God, this guy was sharp as a tack, but the body was failing. Thank goodness for the machines. But anyway, so I go to see him. Hey Dad, how you doing? Never asked him to tag how they're doing. They can hit the megabucks. They can be in the hospital. It's going to always be the same answer. Yeah. So anyway, that's the Italian. So now, I know, Dad, I know, and I know this, he's watching TV. I go, Dad, let me put on the baseball game. Well, I go to reach for the TV. The hot machine went, ding, 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 code 99, code 99. So now the doctors and the nurses are running in the room. The doctor leans over to my father and goes, Mr. Pizzi, what's the matter? My father whispers, get him away from the TV. Never saw him. Never forgot. That's a fun background story. So anyway, so as a kid when I was growing up, my friends would always tease me, oh, must be great, your father used to sing opera, that was awesome, that was wonderful. And I used to say, no, it's not wonderful. When I was a kid, I didn't like opera, I hated it. But my father knew this, he was a genius, so he used it to his advantage. So whenever he wanted me to do something around the house, he didn't ask. He sang. So when my father wanted me to do something around the house, he'd be like, Johnny, take out the garbage, take out the now, take out the now. Johnny, take out the garbage, take out the now. Faster, faster, do it my Lord. Stop singing! Stop singing! I cleaned the house, I emptied the garbage, I go, please, Dad, just don't sing. And I never realized what a genius my father was until I had my own kids. And whenever I wanted them to do something around the house, he used my father's psychology. But I can't sing like my father. But I can rap. No kid wants to see the white, geeky, uncoordinated father rap. favorite effects. Now, if I ask you to come up and read this for me, you will, it's luminous. Would you do that? Okay, just hold on to that right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you for being so nice. Please give yourself a round of applause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm luminous. I just gave her a prediction. Oh, you told me. So she has a prediction on me. So what I thought I'd do is let's try to make our own number. And I'm going to use as many people as I can. And then we're going to add it all up. And we're going to have a number. And let's see if the number that I predicted comes out. And if I do, I deserve a big cheering round of a big stand. It'll be fantastic. So we're going to start with what is that name? Pauline. 3, 8, or 7. Pick one. 7. 9, 5, or 7. 9. My dear, 8, 4, or 1. 1. 7, 3, or 8. 8. Hi. 9, 9, or 6. 6. 5, 3, or 2. 5, 3, 2. Gotcha. And 7, 4, or 1. 7. Okay, that's the first line. Give them a big round of applause. There's the people in the cheap seats. Hi. They're here early. All right. My dear, right there. 3 or 8. 3 or 8. 3. 5 or 7? 5. Oh, did you say 5? 5. 5, okay. All right. 8 or 4? 8. Melissa, 7 or 3? 3. Well, this is a tough one. Sandy, 9 or 9? 9. Okay. Green, 5 or 3? 5 or 3? 3. And the last one, let's see, right there with a nice pink, kind of pink, 1 or 4? 1. Okay. 1. Give them a big round of applause. Now we got one number left in each round, so we have an 8, 7, 4, 7, 9, 5, 4. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you saw what I did. People all got their choice of what numbers to pick. We had free choice. We put them all down. Now we're going to add them up. We're going to have a number, and this lovely gal right over here, she's going to come up with my prediction. Could you imagine if it ever matched? All right. 7 and 1. 8. And 4. 12. Carry the 1. 5 and 3. 8. And 2. And 1. 11. Carry the 1. 9 and 9. 18. And 6. 24 and 1. What was it, 25? Yeah. All right, 8 and 7. 15. And 2. 17. And 3. 20. 8 and 4. And 1. 13. And 2. 15. Carry the 1. 9 and 7. 16. And 1. 17. And 5. 22. Love this crowd. And 7 and 3. 10. 8 and 2. 10. Which means 20. All right. Now you saw what I did, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody had a free choice. We have a number. Idea, would you come on up? Take my prediction out. Put the mic right on the whole mic over here. Ladies and gentlemen, boy oh boy, if this ever works.
Okay,
Here we go.
this prediction is 2, 0, 2. 50512.
Now, I'm gonna take it just one step further. Today is a big day for me in my career, and here in Wareham. Today's date, does anybody know the year? 25. No, that's the first four numbers. 20, 25. Does anybody know what month this is? Hey, 05. And today's the 12th, 1-2. Today's date, everybody. May I say thank you so much, guys. Absolutely.